Welcome into my world. You're playing my game. Thought that you could come up and they're fitting off of my knee. Talking out the side of your neck like you're insane. Cortisol levels to the roof. Inflame. Kids these days so shameless. Selling out real friends for a paycheck. Mama didn't teach them no home training. Wanna be me so bad, but they failing. Step to the plate though. I'll take a challenger. I ain't scared of no low life scavenger. I should warn you though, if you haven't heard, I ain't no Colleen, ukulele ballager. Shots been fired. Wanna tell that? Say it to my face though. Now behind my back. Won't be long till you share it in the group chat. And when I call you up, you're gonna backtrack. And you should've kept my name out your mouth. That's Vivo, how it all turned out. When you try to use my name for clout, keep on going, give you something you could talk about.
Roblox, a billion-dollar company that calls itself the safest place on the internet for anyone.
You would see it, you would not think there's any way predators could infiltrate this game or anything like that. And what I saw was there were people trying to do horrible stuff with children within this community, and it blew my mind.
This case against Roblox is this predation of minors, and you have adults masquerading as children.
It's a huge problem. People are aware of it, but it is still growing.
Since 2018, police have arrested at least 24 people accused of misusing Roblox to contact young users and move chats off platforms.
It's not okay though, it's not, on Roblox.
Unless Roblox can keep every single dangerous predator off of its site, then it shouldn't have the site at all. It should not be exposing our kids to this danger.
It's very dangerous what they're perpetuating. They know it, and they have made choices to not use the tools that they could be using to protect children, and they've done that for profits.
And how do you think of the problem of predators on Roblox?
So fun.
Where it stands now, Roblox is inarguably not safe for children.
Please do not send any hate or honestly comments of any kind to anyone mentioned in this video on behalf of me or yourself. The purpose of this video is to give my commentary and opinion on matters of public concern. Thank you. Okay, anyway, so that's coming out today. Right after, let me turn my heater off because, girl, she starts blowing over there and it's like so loud. I feel like I'm having to compete with the heater. Anyway, okay, so if y'all saw my little short earlier, you saw I had my little roller set in trying to set my curls or whatever waves, and they're a little ornery right now, but we're gonna let them just do. Have you ever seen an eye wash cup? This is show and tell. I wasn't necessarily like, this isn't the point of the video, but if you're like a thrifter and you ever see anything like this, or I guess you could just buy them, like, there's like a vintage one made out of this blue glass. It's called something special. My friend Pamela gave me this, but if you have some in your eye and you need to wash it, like, it fits like really perfect. And you can do that. Anyway, it's like an eye wash cup. I'm sure it's called something else. Anyway, I don't know if y'all ever saw anything like that before. Shout out to that cup. But anyway, okay, so we're going to be talking about a little bit about David today. 2 reasons. Number 1, I have a very good video coming out on BJ Investigates. You just saw the trailer for. If you even kind of like me a little bit, or if you like me or if you hate me, please do go give that video a watch. I've been trying to put the video out since Thursday. It's been kind of like done since Wednesday of last week. So it's like been about a week of me trying to get it up. And it's not only just me, it's, my editor. Shout out to the BJ Investigates headquarters investigation team, who has been painstakingly working to try to get a version up that is gonna, pass and everything, and finally did. So shout out to that. And that's coming out today, 5 p.m. So I need to get the show on the road over here. About 30 minutes. So I do want to talk about David for another reason today, other than the fact that it does relate to, the video I have coming out on BJ Investigates, which is like the social media. I'm trying to be careful here, like alleged, like grooming, alleged of it all. Yeah, you got to get you a little blue glass cup. Anyway, okay, I have to go away from y'all's comments on the live chat right now because it distracts me, and now I'm on a time crunch. I should have came on here earlier, but I didn't want it to be that long. I found an older article about David and his career that is kind of helping me to fill in some gaps, fill in some context for, I mean, things that I haven't heard before. It's very interesting because today, for the first time, when I typed in David, because I was looking D4VD, I was looking for a new picture to use for thumbnails, like the same few pictures I keep using, which I don't mind doing, but I was just kind of like, okay, I was in the mood for a different picture for the thumbnail today. And I saw I saw a set of pictures that looked new, like I hadn't seen these pictures before, but they don't appear to actually be new. So I did pull the article up on the Wayback Machine, which is up right now. This is public for, commentary purposes and all that. But if you will recall, this is a News Nation article. This is back from September 2025. A few months ago. It's December right now, December 2nd. So this is from September. This is the same month that Celeste Rivas Hernandez's body, her remains were found and also identified. And then remember whenever that, all these little videos and things were popping up, different little evidence here and there and everywhere. And then there was like this supposed teacher that was supposedly Celeste Rivas Hernandez's teacher in the past. He taught her maybe in like the 7th grade or something. And then he was like, she met this guy on social media, rapper in LA. And we were all like, please, David's not a rapper, but like, yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying, whatever. So that teacher, remember, said that she and David met on social media. Now, if you just like type it into Google, and I will do that right now, just so y'all know, just the question, where did D4VD meet Celeste Rivas? Okay, when you type that in, the Google AI, which, oh, girl, they done changed it. Stop. So if you ask it different stuff, it does word your question, even if it seems like it's the same question. The AI, Google AI thing will give you kind of like different answers. So this is one right here. Just where did D4VD meet Celeste? The AI overview, again, take with grain of salt. This is not fact. They do kind of like cite a little link here, and I think that is this right here. But like don't this is AI overview. So that I've seen that be wrong before, but even the AI overview is like Celeste and David met on social media. Reports from her former teacher and family sources suggest their initial contact occurred on an online platform, possibly the gaming platform Twitch, when she was around 11 or 12 years old. So it's being speculated by all authorities, on all sides, that she was likely dead for quite a while, before she was found. So given the fact that she was found on the day after her, what would have been 15th birthday, leads pretty much everybody to agree that she lost her life. She became no longer among the living when she was 14. So the AI on Google is saying that she likely, reports from her former teacher and family sources. So these are two different sources. One is the teacher, one is the family, suggest that David and Celeste's initial contact occurred on an online platform, possibly the gaming platform Twitch, when she was around 11 or 12 years old. According to her former teacher, Rivas first ran away from home in early 2024 to meet David in Los Angeles after connecting with him online. Police located her in Hollywood at the time and returned her to her family. Okay, so they met on social media, according to news reports. Here's a News Nation Now report. Dismembered teen girl 15 met David on social media, alleged former teacher says. So that kind of ended up, leading me on somewhat of a wild, or even maybe perhaps slightly domesticated goose chase. And I end up on this article right here, this Rolling Stone. Well, this one's from quite a while ago. This one is from over 2 years ago, November 21st, 2023. Meet the gamer who caught SZA's ear. Okay, wait, hold on. All right, meet the gamer. Again, this is like him being introduced. Now, this is Rolling Stone, which I have reason to believe is like a Diddy-fied, Lou Taylor-fied shill magazine. But girl, what do I know? Maybe they're the only people out here doing some type of honest reporting, girl. I don't know. But it's characterizing David at this time as a gamer. He went from making music to soundtrack. His Fortnite videos to opening for the SOS tour. Okay, by Megan Jordan. Okay, or is it Megan? I don't know. So Fortnite. Let's start there. Okay, because over here it's like, oh, maybe they met on Twitch. I saw another little AI. I'm not gonna keep filling with it right now live because I don't have time, frankly. But another little version of these AI, like when I typed in like where did David meet Celeste or where did Celeste and David meet or whatever, one of them speculated it was Discord. Okay, so Discord, and then here's Twitch. But really, he started out as a Fortnite gamer. And I did make a BJ Investigates on this. That was another one that was like a lot of work. A lot of work and hours went into that video. But of course, I still wasn't obviously able to, I wasn't obviously able to read every single article. I don't know. I might have read this one and it just wasn't really like clicking in the same way it's now clicking because that was a few months ago. Somebody's saying that David's dad is a litigation consultant. I would like to know some more about that. If that's, true, where did that, I mean, I don't think you like making stuff up, Flojo, but I just, I want to know like, where's that information come from on the link? That would be very interesting. That'd be very interesting. If he was a litigation and very useful for David, if his dad is, his name is Dald. That's interesting. Okay, so anyway, all right. So he's being characterized as a gamer, and he was a Fortnite. He was a Fortnite gamer. Now, in my video that I made about David, I did get into his origin story. I mean, it was kind of like most of the video was like trying to trace back who is this David guy and where did he get his origins? Well, now I'm finding myself asking the question, of course, obviously, which a lot of people have asked, like what exactly can we pinpoint the origins of the David meeting Celeste origin story? I've heard a lot of rumors. I've seen a lot of evidence that appears to show that they were in each other's lives for at least a year, but could it have started as early as 11 years old, like is being reported by the AI? Could their friendship have started even as early as when she was 10 years old? Could it have gone back all the way to David's Fortnite days? I'm sure someone has said somewhere exactly, but like, I'm kind of like trying to like sort through what all the different okay, so we got what Twitch is speculated, social media is speculated. He was a Fortnite streamer. He was also a YouTuber. He had YouTube videos. So at what point in his development as a social media personality turned music industry, whatever, I mean, performer, whatever, an artist, music, like a traditional mainstream artist, signed to Interscope Records, did he meet Celeste? I've seen a lot of pictures of, supposedly Celeste at concerts, behind the curtain, backstage at concerts, in the mirror of the, holding the camera and stuff like that. I even have started going frame by frame through some of David's old music videos because like he does this thing, especially in the One More Dance video, where at the beginning it's like flashing, like every frame or every couple frames, it's like flashing a different image. And I think I may have isolated another flash frame image of Celeste in with the camera. Now, please do not take my word for that. Obviously, I'm not providing you with any evidence. I'm saying I think, and I was doing that just right before I got on this live stream. So I want to keep doing that before I like actually present anything, because there's also a sort of like Celeste lookalike in that video. So it could just be her. And, I mean, a lot, like a million billion people or whatever have like curly hair like that. So I need to look more closely. But I'm really just kind of digging into like, when did they meet? Where did they meet? Was it when she's 10? Was it when she's 14? Was it when she's 12? Was she 13? Where? On what platform? What social media? I just am curious. Okay, so I found this article, this Rolling Stone article today. I don't know. Like I said, I might have read it before, but if I did, I don't remember it. So he was a gamer, caught the ear of SZA. David went from making music to soundtrack his Fortnite videos, all the way to opening for the SOS tour. And then this is one of those pictures that I said it kind of is like, I haven't seen this set of pictures. It's like, maybe it's just because the news has been slow and like, this is just like these old articles are showing up now or something. But, so then there's this quote of David right under that picture. It says, "When I'm going to the next chapter," and this is 2 years ago. November 2022. When I'm going to the next chapter, November 2023. When I'm going to the next chapter, quote, I want to leave something that marks this era for my fans. Okay. The start of David's musical career happened unintentionally. That's not true. He intentionally started the music career because he was getting copyright strikes. But maybe, it's just a misleading, ambiguous way to say it. But it started in his little sister's closet. Growing up, he was an avid anime watcher and gamer. Okay, growing up, he was an avid anime watcher and gamer. And he had been trying to monetize his mastery of Fortnite on YouTube. The only problem, his gaming videos were consistently flagged for music copyright issues. So Universal Music kept copyright striking his videos. So he's trying to play his little Fortnite videos for the YouTube and, put his little edits together. And, Universal Music did not want him to be great. They said, It's interesting now because that is exactly who will copyright your music video. That's exactly who will copyright your content if you play so much as a few seconds of one of the David videos, even the ones that he made before he was signed, the songs he made before he was signed. Universal Music now copyrights those. So it's like they came back around and they got him anyway. Anyway, during this time, he was frustrated. He turned to his mom for advice. She suggested making his own music. In January 2022, he took his phone to his sister's closet because it had the best acoustic sound in the house and recorded a song called You and I to feature on his game footage. It was the second song he ever recorded in his life. The first was an indie song called Runaway. Runaway, all one word. So that's a noun. When it's all one word, runaway is a noun. You're talking about an individual, person, place, or thing. To run away, the verb would be two words, run and away, with a space in the middle. Don't argue with my English degree. Okay. So anyway, as he was finding his sound, he makes a song about a runaway. It blew up on the Fortnite scene and got top 50 indie on SoundCloud. Hold on. Where did it blow up? The Fortnite scene. Hold up. I don't care how long it takes, as long as I got you right here with me. I got to do the David voice. So this is like a depressing emo, sad boy song or whatever. And that's fine. I know a lot of people love that song. That's fine. You're allowed to love it and all that. But Fortnite is a game. I think for kids. So that's just something to keep in mind. Thank you, Flo Joe. Sent me the article. Thanks so much. So it blew up on this children's video game scene. And now at the time, y'all, just to be fair, David was likely a child at this time as well. I think right now today he's 20. So this would have been, he would have been a minor himself at this time. So I'm not saying it's wrong for him to be playing Fortnite, but it's just kind of David was presented to the public as an adult romantic artist, romantic homicide. Now, just to be clear, I wasn't keeping up with him. I wasn't checking for him. And if anybody would ask me any of those songs, I would have said, maybe I heard it before, on a TikTok or something. I wasn't listening to the songs. I wasn't a fan. It wasn't coming across my radar, but that's because I'm in my auntie era and I'm no longer in the target demographic for the new songs. So it's just interesting that he's presented, in my opinion, it's interesting. He's presented like he's an adult, this romantic homicide and the dragging the bodies and the blood on the shirt and the Itami and all this tortured artist stuff. And it's kind of hey, but you were, just a kid and you were blowing up on Fortnite. It's a children's artist. That's weird to me. I don't know. It's just sitting different. It's hitting different and sitting different today than usual. I don't know why. So also he blew up on, SoundCloud. All my Fortnite friends started using the song and it circulated on Twitter and then YouTube, and then it just went crazy. In a short amount of time, the 18-year-old artist, so by the time this article got written, this was 2023, he was 18 years old. He had won more than 24 million listeners on Spotify with releases like his latest EP, this was 2 years ago, The Lost Petals. He recently got off the road opening for SZA on her SOS tour. Still, his phone is very much a part of his production process, a home, if you will, for his musical ideas. He said, I'm back and forth between my phone and the studio. You get two different sides of me wherever I'm recording. Okay, girl, tell me about your alters, Tommy and David. Got it. You'd never guess that he's someone who just began creating music a little over 2 years ago. Or someone who just began listening to different genres outside of gospel music in 2016. So they want to let you know, this was a sheltered gospel music listening household. And now they got him romantic homiciding and lost pedaling. You know what I mean? For the first half of his life, he grew up in Queens, New York, where his mom made him join the church choir at the age of 7. He remembers singing a lot of Marvin Sapp songs like Perfect Peace, but he was only in the choir for about 5 months before he dropped out. So he's a quitter. Then he joined again at age 13 and dropped out again. So not a team player and a quitter. Those experiences, along with listening at home to artists like Kirk Franklin and CeCe Winans, those were his first encounter with music. Okay, so his first encounter with music is singing in the church choir for 5 months and then for some time later. And Kirk Franklin and CeCe Winans, put some respect on their name. This is like gospel music royalty right here. If you're not familiar with Kirk Franklin, Do You Want a Revolution? Woot woot. No crying. No lying. What is it? No crime and no lie. No crime and no lying. No crime, no lying. Politicians. No crying, no dying. Politicians lying. Everybody trying to make a dollar. That made me want to holler. Oh my God, I love Kirk Franklin. And CeCe Winans too. What is she saying? The room grew still. Don't get me started. Okay, so following his 8th grade year. So I wasn't able to exactly pinpoint before, like exactly when he got pulled out of his public school and put into his, when he got pulled out of his Christian school and put into the private school. I know. Ooh. Okay, anyway, so I kind of did wonder though, was he kind of acting a little crazy? Was he acting a little out of pocket? Did his parents have to pull him out of that school because he was bringing, Gucci Man? It's like, what was the one who was saying Gucci Man? Like, I think it was that. What was the song? Anyway, y'all got to go watch I make these videos and then I forget stuff. But anyway, I was kind of wondering, like, was he getting in trouble at school? Like, was he like corrupting the other children because of what he was doing on the online? I've just been wondering, like, was he a trouble child? Gucci gang. Yeah, that's what it was. He said in a song he was a bullied. Okay. But look, we get some more information on that here. Following his 8th grade year, his parents decided to move to Houston, where his mother would homeschool him. I was terrible, he said, when I was in public school. Oh, that's what it was. He started in the public school and then they pulled him out and put him into homeschool. I thought he went to Christian school. So I guess he went to public school in New York and then he got pulled out of the public school. He said, I was terrible there because I had problems paying attention. My parents wanted a more crafted curriculum to be more career focused. And I wanted to be an engineer. And I'm wondering, did he want to be an engineer because he wanted to be a Roblox game developer? I mean, that's what I'm wondering. He said, I learned how to build computers. I learned how to code C++ and a little bit of Java. But the engineering plan only lasted a few months as well. This child is a quitter. Or, man, I guess now. Everything that I really been put onto, I gave up in the first 4 or 5 months, except music, because I'm still doing it. Okay, well, that was like, he's been doing it for 2 years. I mean, it really wasn't that long. David's 2022 breakout song, Romantic Homicide, first got notoriety on TikTok. To date, the song has more than 830 million streams on Spotify. And it hit the Billboard Hot 100 chart. It was initially a song he almost didn't release. He said, when I made Romantic Homicide, I second-guessed myself because it wasn't time. I thought I was scared Okay, wait, hold on. This is a separate story from the one we've already gotten. We've already gotten another story about he didn't know if he wanted to release it or not, and his mom hated it, and that's how he knew he had to release it. Maybe they get there. Let's see. Romantic homicide, he said, I second guessed myself because it wasn't time. I thought I was scared of what the opinions would be from it, but I've learned not to rush into anything and to do it on my own time. Had I released it at the time I made it, it probably wouldn't have done anything because I wouldn't have been in the right mindset to promote it. And it would have been another Fortnite montage and been forgotten about in the next 2 weeks. Me not trusting that song and then coming around to it and putting it on TikTok helped me to recognize my own creative patterns. Okay. This year alone, y'all, they put him straight to work. They signed him and put him straight to work. He was on 4 tours. 4 tours in 2023. His biggest one was opening for SZA. He met her team in the spring when she was performing at Madison Square Garden. David's first time being to a concert other than his own. Okay. She then heard his music and co-signed him in an interview. Does co-sign like literally mean co-sign? Because we throw these words around like, oh yeah, I co-signed that. But like in the music industry, like, what does that mean? Co-sign. She co-signed him. What does that mean exactly? I need a little bit more specificity. Shortly after this co-sign in an interview, David's team received the email that he was chosen for SZA's SOS tour, second North America tour leg. I'm SZA's biggest fan. I'm super grateful to her, he said cheerfully to the Rolling Stone people. When I got the news I was locked in for the tour, I was in a recording session and I jumped up and threw my headphones and I was just going crazy. So this shows how childish, he still was at the time. Like, the girl, nothing can't, I done been through so much and seen so much shit. Can't nothing make me jump up and hoot and holler anymore. But like, when I was an immature child, and that's not even a bad thing. Like, that's cute. It's sweet to still have your optimism and stuff. Now I would just be saying like, no, I rebuke. I don't, no, thank you. I don't want to be in a room with her. No. But like, woohoo, and you're jumping and you're throwing headphones and you're so excited. It just shows the level of immaturity. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean, this is kind of like the pipeline, right? Like this is what seems to happen. Remember whenever Usher's voice was changing and then they like threatened to like make him like not famous anymore, whatever. And then he had to go to Flavor Camp, Puffy Flavor Camp, and they had to fight over the Frosted Flakes, etc. And then we also saw in that video that I made of David, the David video on BJ Investigates, we also saw that he even said like he had to grow up, like he had to get thrown on tour, he had to actually have some experiences of heartbreak and whatever to kind of like have experience instead of just like writing. Like he was saying that he wrote some of these songs by thinking about Carl from Disney's movie Up. So again, it kind of shows the childish nature. She pushed, I know what cosign means in the colloquial. I do know that that's what cosign means. Safe to say Sephiroth. I do know that's what cosign means. Like, oh yeah, like she co-signed it by, interviewing him or whatever. Like, cosign means also like it's a financial transaction or like, guaranteeing something. So it's just interesting that like in the music industry where you are signing contracts and stuff, they wouldn't be a little more specific. Like I do know what y'all, please. I'm like, I might be a little bit like, square-ish, but like I know what cosign means. I'm just saying like in this particular case, is that what they really mean? Or is it like SZA like actually had to take some type of responsibility by co-signing something? I don't put anything past these people, but they also stupid and they just throw words around too. So, who knows? It was Carl from Up for Real. That's what he said anyway. Okay. So tour life has been a pleasant experience for David, who brings along his family. And this is where people started to say, wait, he brings his family along? His little sister, his mama, and all them. So if Celeste was ever on that SZA tour, then his parents and his sister and brother would have probably seen her. So that's interesting. But anyway, many fans show up in white shirts. So the fans were dressing like Tommy, okay, the murderous cult leader. Many fans show up in white shirts with red paint that resembles blood, a piece of expression that reflects David's love for anime. Does it really? Okay. While symbolically representing the theme behind the Lost Petals. The 5-track EP is like a poetry exercise with diverse guitar styles. This was supposed to be an album, and the record company did not like it. So they called it an EP and said, go back, try again. More murder, more occult symbolism. Okay, so then they go through some of the songs. He writes on his phone. He touches on themes of love amidst being broken. His career is growing quickly and he can't wait to bring listeners for the ride. I'm a gamer, he says. So I'm going to talk in video game terms. Okay, nerd. It's a DLC pack. Downloadable content. Like, okay. Like, it's cute if you're, 14, but like that. Who talks like this? It's kids. And he was kind of a kid himself. Like, now he's a grown man. Like, there's no excuse. I mean, he's still young, of course, but like, he says, I talk like it's video game. It's a DLC pack, downloadable content. It's an expansion of the first project. Yeah, the first record he tried to write, and then they scrapped that too. So that got to be an EP. And then he tried to write another record. And they were like, no, that sucks. We're going to EP that too. Until he finally got this one that was like, good enough. Withered. I want to finish off the story, he said. I'm going to the next. And when I'm going to the next chapter, I want to leave something that marks this era for my fans. Okay. So there's another thing I want to show y'all too, because this loops into this whole Fortnite thing. And remember, like, he said that he was one of the first people to ever play Fortnite. Ever. He was one of the first people to ever play Fortnite. Now I want to find this David Fortnite music video. Okay. It's called Locked and Loaded. Oh, shoot. It's called Locked and Loaded. And here is the thumbnail image. Okay. So here's the music video. David, Locked and Loaded. Official Fortnite anthem. He was allowed eventually to write the official Fortnite anthem. He was one of the first people to ever play Fortnite. His songs are talking about things as if it's a DLC pack. And he starts playing Fortnite as a kid. He's so bad in school he can't pay attention. And he's got Itami, the murderous cult leader, in the video. And again, y'all, I'm not gonna be able to play it. I will pull it up and just kind of scrub through. And it's like a video. It's obviously like a video. What, this girl done crapped herself here or what? Was it a shadow? They're jumping out of a bus. It's the official Fortnite anthem. It was uploaded just a couple days before Celeste Rivas Hernandez's body was found. It was uploaded September 3rd, 2025. September 7th, 2025 would have been Celeste's 15th birthday. September 6th is when it got towed over there. September 4th, my birthday, shout out to me. They had taken a picture or something of this car. September 8th, Celeste Rivas Hernandez's body was found, and about by the 12th or the 15th or so, a week or so later, she was identified. So he's not only like, is he being characterized as a gamer, the gamer who caught SZA's ear, but he's making the official Fortnite. I don't know who these kids are. The official Fortnite music video. Like David and Fortnite, it's on both official channels. And it was uploaded just a few days before Celeste's body was found. Add that together with the fact that he met her on social media. It's almost like this weird... You know, they do this a lot, like with Britney Spears. Remember her first song that came out was like, "Hit me, baby, one more time." No, that was the second one. What was the first one? "Hit me, baby, one more time." Or yeah, I think that was it. "Oh, baby, baby." Wasn't that the first one? And then after that, it was Toxic. I don't remember. But they kind of they start these kids out like, "Oh, ha, look at this little gamer. Look at this little girl from Louisiana." And then before you know it, this industry drags them into something else. But all the kids that immediately were so interested in these people are still following along. And in Britney's case, the kids turned into adults and we saw that she was being abused. So we had to free her. But it's I don't know. It's just very interesting to me. Like, look at this. The official Fortnite anthem for the whole year. And it was only just uploaded in September. It seemed like if something was gonna be the anthem for the whole year, y'all would have uploaded it last year or at the very least in, January, February. But is that whenever Celeste was being I was not gonna say sacrificed. Rest in peace to Celeste Rivas Hernandez. You know what I mean? This is for kids. I mean, this is a cartoon for kids, but the themes themselves, like if you actually follow David and you actually went to his Instagram and stuff, then you would see him like kind of being grotesque. Like, I don't know. It's just like kind of anyway, so I wanted to talk about that today. Shout out to Des Rose Marie 44 because I wanted to. Oh, it's Drive Me Crazy. No, that wasn't the first one. That definitely wasn't the first one. But that one made it come later. And then after that, yeah, it was like Lucky. And then before you know it, it's Sometimes. And then before you know it, it's Every Time. And, Britney's being, demonized and everything in the media. I want to talk about that today because it plays into a much larger theme. One of the reasons why I care so much about this story is that I really am very concerned about protecting children, especially in particular, the children of the people that follow me, which is mostly Americans, American children. These are American artists. They're pushing onto our children, but this is global too. I mean, kids all over the world play Fortnite, I'm sure. Kids all over the world play Roblox. I know it. It's the most, I think it's the most visited website for children in the world. Roblox. There are over 150 million children, over 150 million users every day on Roblox, daily, unique users, 150 million every day using Roblox. That's what's been reported. And that's different than Fortnite. It's a totally different thing than Fortnite. But I want to go kind of one by one and show y'all all the different ways that your children are being groomed and targeted. Now, David is innocent until proven guilty. He hasn't even been named by the LAPD in any capacity, like as a suspect, but it has been reported he is a suspect. Stay where you are right now. And you are going to be led over to that video. TGF said a gamer in my community just got charged with a lot of deplorable crimes against kids the other day. And they believe there is more gonna come. And they're urging parents to check the messages. See, y'all, we have got to stay on top of these things. So yes, sit right here. I'll be in the live chat. I worked really hard on this video. Please, if you don't mind, come over to that video, click the like and chat in the live chat and all that, because I really think it's a very important message. Stay where you are. You will be redirected. If you are not redirected, just go over to BJ Investigates and I will be in there. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation. Neither are opinions. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. I don't know any of these people. I wasn't there. Protect your children. Love you. Mean it. Okay, bye.